Long ago, about 800 years ago, the world felt much slower than it does today. People did not wake up to alarms. They did not check screens. They did not hurry into their days. They opened their eyes when light touched their faces. They stretched when their bodies felt ready. They stood up when the earth felt warm under their feet. There was no rush. There was no pressure. There was only time. Time to breathe. Time to feel. Time to move slowly through the morning air. The sky was wide and soft. The clouds moved gently. The wind carried quiet sounds from far away. And inside that slow world, people lived slow lives. They walked without pushing themselves. They worked without exhausting themselves. They rested without feeling guilty. Everything had space. Everything had room. Everything had time. And in that time, the mind became calm. The body became heavy. And the day began, slowly and gently. Food was not something exciting in those days. It was not a pleasure. It was not entertainment. It was simply a part of living. When people felt hungry, they did not feel impatient. They did not feel annoyed. They only felt a quiet signal from inside. A gentle reminder. A soft request. A slow message from the body. So they walked home. They opened simple wooden doors. They sat near small fires. A pot was already warming above the flame. It had been there for a long time. It would stay there for many more hours. Inside the pot, water moved slowly. Small bubbles rose, then disappeared again. Nothing hurried. Nothing rushed. Everything waited. And waiting felt natural. Waiting felt normal. Waiting felt peaceful. Inside the pot, there was usually water. A few grains. Maybe a vegetable or two. Nothing colorful. Nothing rich. Nothing exciting. The smell was light. The taste was gentle. The warmth was enough. People lifted wooden spoons slowly. They brought them to their mouths carefully. They chewed without thinking. The room was quiet. The fire made a soft sound. The wind touched the walls outside. No one spoke. Not because silence was required, but because silence felt right. Words were not needed. Sounds were not needed. Only presence. Only warmth. Only stillness. Outside, the light slowly changed. The sky became softer. The colors became deeper. Birds became quiet. Insects slowed down. The world prepared for rest. Inside, people felt the same change. Their shoulders relaxed. Their breathing became slower. Thoughts became lighter. Feelings became softer. The day loosened its hold. There was no clear moment when rest began. It simply arrived. Like the evening. Like the shadow. Like the night. The fire became smaller. The room became darker. The sounds became fewer. People lay down. They closed their eyes. They let the day fade away. Breathing slowed. Hearts slowed. Minds became quiet. Nothing was expected. Nothing was planned. Nothing was needed. Only rest. Only warmth. Only sleep. And sleep came. Slowly. Gently. Naturally. Morning came quietly. Not with noise. Not with hurry. Light slowly touched the land. Shadows slowly moved away. The world opened its eyes again. People rose without effort. They moved without pushing themselves. They began again. There was work to do. But it did not feel heavy. It did not feel endless. Hands touched the earth. Feet felt the ground. Breath moved in and out. Everything had a rhythm. Everything had a flow. Everything knew its place. Fields waited patiently. Soil waited quietly. Seeds rested inside the ground. People planted. People watered. People waited. No one demanded fast results. No one forced the earth. No one rushed growth. Growth happened slowly. Naturally. In its own time. And people trusted that time. Water came from wells and rivers. Carried in simple containers. Held with careful hands. Drops spilled. Feet became wet. No one minded. Water was precious. But it was also gentle. It was shared. And sharing felt normal. Children played softly nearby. Not loud. Not wild. They moved slowly too. They learned by watching. They learned by feeling. The world taught them. Without words. Without rules. Just through being. As the day moved forward, the light changed again. Shadows grew shorter. Colors became brighter. Air became warmer. Time moved. But no one chased it. No one tried to hold it. It simply passed. Softly. Quietly. Midday arrived without announcement. The sun stood higher. The light felt warmer. Work slowed down. Movements became heavier. Breath became deeper. People rested in the shade. Under trees. Near walls. Eyes closed for a moment. Thoughts faded. The body cooled down. Hunger returned gently. Not as a demand, but as a reminder. A soft signal. A quiet feeling. A slow message from inside. People listened. They always listened, and they responded with care. Food appeared again. Simple. Warm. Bread. Water. Maybe soup. Nothing changed. Nothing surprised. Nothing disappointed. Sameness felt safe. People sat close together. Not to talk. Not to laugh. Just to be near. Just to share space. Just to feel connected. Silence held them. Warmth held them. Stillness held them. After eating, there was no rush to move. No need to hurry back. Bodies felt full. Minds felt empty. Hearts felt slow. Rest happened again. Naturally, without effort. The afternoon light became soft and wide. It no longer felt sharp or bright. It felt gentle. Shadows grew longer across the ground. They moved slowly, almost without being noticed. The air cooled little by little. People felt the change inside their bodies. Shoulders relaxed. Hands became slower. Breathing became deeper. The world did not suddenly become quiet. It slowly forgot how to be loud. Sounds faded. Movement softened. Everything prepared for rest. And rest felt natural. Like a deep breath. Like closing the eyes. Evening came in warm colors. Gold. Orange. Soft blue. The sky changed without effort. No one controlled it. No one guided it. People watched without thinking. They felt without naming. Birds found places to sleep. Animals slowed their movements. The day released its hold. Inside, hearts slowed too. Minds became light. Thoughts drifted away. And the night waited quietly. Inside the homes, fires became smaller. Flames became softer. Light became dim. Walls held warmth. Floors held quiet footsteps. Air held calm breathing. People moved carefully. Not because they had to, but because it felt right. Everything was gentle now. Every sound. Every movement. The world wrapped itself in softness. Like a blanket. Like a hug. People prepared for sleep without ceremony. No announcements. No rituals. They lay down. They closed their eyes. They let go. Breath slowed. Heart slowed. Mind softened. The body felt heavy. The bed felt warm. The night felt safe. Nothing was expected. Nothing was required. Only rest. Sleep arrived quietly. Not suddenly. Not forcefully. It came like a slow wave, touching the edges of thought, covering worries. Images faded. Sounds faded. The world faded. Only breath remained. Only warmth remained. Only calm remained. And in that calm, everything finally rested. The night grew deeper and softer. The sky became darker and wider. Stars appeared slowly. They did not rush into view. They arrived one by one. Quiet and patient. People slept under that sky. Breathing slowly. Moving rarely. The world watched over them. The sky watched. The earth watched. Nothing disturbed the stillness. Nothing broke the calm. Only quiet remained. Dreams began gently. Not loud. Not clear. They floated. They drifted. They passed like clouds. Thoughts became pictures. Pictures became feelings. Feelings became nothing. The mind rested inside itself. Safe. Warm. The night held everything. Time no longer felt like time. It had no edges. No shape. Minutes did not matter. Hours did not matter. Only rest mattered. Only calm mattered. The body repaired itself. The heart found balance. The mind became light. Everything returned to quiet. Outside, the world remained still. Wind barely moved. Leaves barely touched each other. No sound traveled far. No light traveled fast. The night kept everything close, safe inside its darkness, and nothing asked to change. Deep sleep held the world, like water holds a stone, like air holds a feather. Breath was slow. Heart was slow. Mind was slow. Nothing moved too much. Nothing mattered too much. Only rest existed. Only peace existed. The deepest part of the night arrived. Not dark. but soft. A darkness that did not hide. A darkness that held. Breathing continued. Slow. Even. The world felt distant. Safe and distant. Nothing reached inside sleep. Nothing disturbed it. Everything rested. Somewhere, a small sound appeared. A branch moved. A leaf fell. But even sound felt gentle now. It touched nothing. It changed nothing. Sleep stayed. Calm stayed. Peace stayed. Nothing followed the sound. The body rested deeply. Muscles softened. Bones felt light. The heart kept a slow rhythm. Steady. Quiet. Thoughts disappeared. Feelings faded. Only being remained. The world felt far away. Like a memory. Like a dream. Time lost meaning. Place lost meaning. Only rest existed. Only warmth existed. Everything was enough. And then, gently, very gently, the night prepared to release its hold. Not yet. Not now. Only soon. For now, there was only sleep. Only calm. Only peace. And that was enough.